you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.
Alright y'all, today we got something a little bit different. I think it's a very crazy situation, so I really want to try it out and bring it to y'all and see what y'all thought. She was offered $11,000 for a night by her friend's boyfriend, an NBA G League player, later found dead. Very interesting situation, crazy situation. Let's get right into it, not waste no time, and see what happened here. Alright, leave a like, come on.
Now almost 2 weeks since Marina Rogers first went missing, Metro has provided an update saying they found her body and they believe to know who's responsible in her death.
Is that her? She looks very upset. Very beautiful girl.
In December 2023, a 23-year-old Marina Rogers, a medical assistant from Washington State, was reported missing in the Las Vegas area. Her remains were later discovered in a desert area in Henderson, Nevada. Chance Comanche, a 27-year-old former NBA G League player who most recently played for the Stockton Kings. He was charged with murder with the use of a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree kidnapping. Sakari Harnen, a 19-year-old woman who was also charged with murder with the use of a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree kidnapping. Court documents suggested that the motive behind the murder might have been related to a Rolex watch, indicating a possible robbery. Comanche reportedly confessed to planning the murder. Both he and Harnen were arrested and faced open murder charges in the death of Rogers. What happens when an exciting getaway turns into a horrifying nightmare? What if the person you trusted most was harboring a dark and deadly secret? Before diving into this story, we want to take a moment to extend our heartfelt condolences to the friends, family, and loved ones. This devastating loss has left an irreplaceable void in the lives of those who knew and cherished her. This story will be taking us to Las Vegas, a city known for its dazzling lights, world-class entertainment, and unforgettable experiences. In recent years, Las Vegas' concerns about rising crime rates, including incidents of gun violence, have cast a shadow over the city's allure. Marina Rogers wasn't just another tourist visiting Las Vegas for a fleeting experience.
Bro. Hell no.
She was a 23-year-old medical assistant from Linwood, Washington, with a life waiting for her back home. A boyfriend and a community of friends described her as outgoing and compassionate. This trip to Las Vegas was meant to be a short getaway, a brief escape from her everyday routine. It was entirely out of character for her to disappear without explanation. This isn't the story of someone who chose to run away, it's the tragic story of someone whose life was taken. But by whom? The last time anyone heard from Marina was on the evening of December 5, 2023. She had reportedly ordered an Uber to Summerlin, a community in West Las Vegas, but she never arrived. According to reports, Marina was sharing her location with friends and family through her cell phone. But then, something strange happened. Her last known location pinged around 3 a.m. on December 6th, near Restless River Street, about 11 miles south of the Las Vegas Strip and close to the Reno Freeway. This was an area she had no reason to be in. By the following morning, silence. No texts, no calls, no updates. Her boyfriend and closest friends were frantic, certain that something was terribly wrong. Marina had left her car, money, debit cards, and all her belongings behind. They did the only thing they could. They reported her missing.
Marina Rogers was reported missing on December 7th, not long after she was last seen with friends. And police down in Las Vegas say detectives suspected foul play early on into the investigation.
From the outset, investigators knew this wasn't a typical missing persons case. Marina had no history of running away. She was a young woman with a steady job, a supportive family, and pets waiting for her. The fact that she left behind her car, her belongings, and any access to money screamed foul play. This wasn't a random disappearance. Marina had been taken.
What the? All right, let's just keep watching. I'll just have so many questions. Like, what the hell happened?
But who would want to harm her? And why? As investigators began piecing together the mystery, their attention quickly turned to those closest to Marina. One name surfaced almost immediately: Sakari Harnen, a 19-year-old who was described as a friend of Marina. But as they delved deeper into Sakari's past, troubling details began to emerge. Rumors hinted at a history
Another
of
pretty
instability
woman.
and involvement in sex work. A stark contrast to Morena's seemingly
You know what's crazy about the whole sex work thing, bro? And I don't want to disrespect nobody, because I know everybody that's in that industry isn't what I'm about to say. But I just think there's something. Again, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I just genuinely think, as a woman, there's something just off and wrong about selling your body. You know, I just think, again, I really don't want to come off as disrespectful, but like, I just genuinely think there's something wrong with that, bro. And there's up here, something has to switch where you can turn that on to where you just giving up your body to anybody for money. But again, I'm not by any means insinuating that everybody that does sex work is a murderer, killer, or something like that. But I do think there's a level of like, okay, you kind of a different type of person for real.
steady and happy life.
This is sad, bro. Regular ass girl. It's caught in the crossfires of some bullshit. What's the motive though? I'm real curious to see what the motive was, cause like they said something about a Rolex.
By the way, we post true crime stories and strange cases. If this is content,
All right, nigga, come on.
Sakari was reportedly the last person to see her alive. According to detectives, the two had arranged to meet in Las Vegas, a meeting that quickly became a focal point of the investigation. But what exactly was the nature of their relationship? It remains uncleared. From the outset, Sakari's account
Fuck, she smiling,
was
bro.
riddled with inconsistencies. She claimed to know little about Morena's disappearance. Yet surveillance footage from the night of December 6th revealed a different story. The footage showed Sakari and Morena entering a Las Vegas liquor store together. Sakari wasn't alone in this unraveling mystery. Investigators discovered another name connected to her, Chance Comanche. Chance Comanche, a former NBA G League player, added an unexpected twist to the case. Once a standout high school basketball player in Los Angeles, Chance had played for the Arizona Wildcats before going undrafted in the 2017 NBA draft. His professional career included stints with several G League teams, such as the Memphis Hustle, Cleveland Charge, and Stockton.
Mind you, and just to give y'all some clarity, y'all probably be making fun of guys that end up in these G League scenarios, but they still making decent money. Like, these guys aren't broke. You know what I mean? Easily making more than yo teacher. They're probably making easily, if he sucked in the G League, maybe he's more like 30, 40,000 a year, nothing too crazy. But I promise you, again, I come from a basketball background at a high level. Like, I know guys that are in the NBA, and I know guys that are still in that space where they're trying to get to the NBA. Like, I know niggas that are making six figures in the G League. So, again, I don't know this guy personally, but I'm just putting that into perspective for y'all. Like, all things considered, this guy's not like a homeless, starving athlete trying to figure out when he's going to get his next meal. Like, he's getting paid some type of money.
Kings. In April 2022, he briefly
So for him to be involved in some type of like murder over a Rolex, like, I'm just, all right, let's just get to figuring out what the hell went on.
joined the Portland Trail Blazers, scoring 7 points in a single game before returning to the Stockton Kings. Coincidentally, the Stockton Kings had a game in Henderson, Nevada on December 5th, the day before Morena disappeared. Despite being Sakari's ex-boyfriend, Chance was reportedly present at this planned meeting with Morena. Was this an unplanned coincidence, or was it part of something far more calculated? What initially seemed like a straightforward missing person case quickly spiraled into a tangled web of relationships and motives. Investigators honed in on both Sakari Harnen and Chance Comanche. Their presence at the meeting and the suspicious circumstances surrounding Morena's disappearance raised serious concerns. The answer, as investigators would soon uncover, revolved around a Rolex watch, a dangerous rumor, and a deadly plot. a scheme that turned a meeting between friends into a night of betrayal and tragedy. According to reports, Sakari Harnen owned a Rolex watch that Morena had reportedly expressed interest in to mutual friends. But the situation was far more complex. It's alleged that Morena had been spreading sensitive information about Sakari's boyfriend, claiming he had been arrested for a double murder in California and that Sakari herself was the one who turned him in. This rumor struck at the heart of Sakari's trust, leaving her feeling both threatened and betrayed. Why would her own friend share such damaging claims? The investigation revealed a disturbing twist when police uncovered text messages between Sakari Harnen and Chance Comanche. These messages
If you get a nice little thick piece of rope or something sturdy, I can do it.
painted a chilling picture of premeditated
You got a gun emoji? Laughing. They're doing this through text?
murder. In one message, Sakari allegedly wrote, "So we finna just take her there and then finna strangle her." These weren't impulsive words spoken in anger. They were cold, calculated discussions of murder. The text messages became the smoking gun that turned a missing person case into a full-fledged homicide investigation.
November 30th to
So, yeah, I mean, again, it's like you almost be happy that these motherfuckers be this dumb so that you can find out what happened. But it's just chilling how dumb you guys are having these type of conversations through text.
December 6th shows the former couple joking about ways they would kill her, like an overdose or using a gun. Investigators say Comanche confessed to police.
But the messages also exposed an even darker side to the plot. Before deciding to carry out the crime themselves, Chance Comanche reportedly tried to hire someone to kill Morena. He even offered $3,000 for the job. This added another layer of premeditation to the case. The fact that they couldn't find anyone willing to commit the act didn't deter them. They simply decided to do it themselves. Their cold determination painted a picture of two individuals willing to go to extreme lengths to silence Morena. With their twisted plan set in motion, the trap was laid on the night of December 5th. Morena was lured into a meeting under the guise of a double date. Chance Comanche posed as a client interested in kinky sex work, offering $11,000 for an hour. In a text message to Morena, he wrote, "If possible, I was thinking $1K for like an hour and then possibly longer depending on how the vibes."
Damn, but she was a fucking bop. Bitch was gonna go sell her body. Again, bro. I hate to judge her. Again, R.I.P. Especially she got taken out so tragically, but shouldn't be doing shit like this, bro. Something's wrong with it, bro. It's not right. It's not right.
This offer, designed to entice Morena, set the stage for her final moments. What she believed was a lucrative opportunity was, in reality, a carefully orchestrated setup, a deadly plan she wouldn't survive. This was the trap, and Morena, unaware of the deadly plot against her, walked right into it. What she believed to be an ordinary meeting would tragically become the final moments of her life. What unfolded during this encounter is horrifying. On December 5th,
For a
surveillance
band?
footage captured a haunting
$1,000?
image of Morena Rogers entering a liquor store with Sakari Harnen, her alleged killer. This seemingly mundane moment, a quick stop for supplies, would later be remembered as one of the last images of Morena alive. The footage, provided by the liquor store owner who later testified in court, offers a chilling glimpse into her final hours. At this point, Morena had no idea of the danger she was in. The ordinariness of the footage is striking, a stark reminder of how quickly life can take a tragic turn. The events that followed are deeply disturbing. According to Chance Comanche's confession, the meeting took place inside a vehicle driven by him. What began under the guise of a sexual encounter quickly descended into a horrific act of violence. Comanche, who was driving, parked the car in a secluded spot and zip-tied Morena, allegedly as part of a kinky request. He admitted to strangling Morena with an HDMI cord for about 10 seconds but stopped when she struggled. Harnen, however, continued the assault, choking her with her bare hands. This was not a crime of passion. It was a calculated and brutal act. The sheer level of violence is both shocking and horrifying.
I'm still struggling to understand why they did this, because she maybe said a rumor about him? Like, you killed her because she maybe said something bad about you?
After the murder, Comanche and Harnen drove to a remote desert area near Henderson, Nevada.
And just thought they'd...
There, they discarded Morena's body in a ditch and attempted to conceal it with rocks. This barren, desolate landscape became Morena's final resting place.
Now almost 2 weeks since Morena Rogers first went missing, Metro has provided an update saying they found her body and they believe to know who's responsible in her death.
The callousness of their actions is deeply unsettling. To treat Morena as though she were disposable, as though her life meant nothing, is heartbreaking. The area near Horizon Ridge Parkway and Gibson Road is now a crime scene, forever tied to this tragic event. This desert held a dark secret that would eventually be uncovered. The search for Morena ended in heartbreak, but the investigation was just beginning.
Bro, what the fuck?
Morena was reportedly 1 week after Morena was reported missing. Police made their first arrest.
A former NBA player and his girlfriend accused of murder, and it's a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke. Vanessa Murphy is here with the latest on the investigation.
Sakari Harnen was taken into custody and initially charged with first-degree kidnapping.
The question remains, why? So far, a possible motive remains unclear, but what we do know, the basketball player and his girlfriend are locked up in jail.
Yet investigators were convinced this was just the start. They suspected a far more serious crime had been committed. Harnen made her initial court appearance, where her bond was set at $500,000. But the full story was far from revealed, and the wheels of justice were only beginning to turn. According to court records, Sakari Harnen admitted to detaining Morena Rogers against her will and without her consent, with the intention of killing her or inflicting bodily harm. Harnen also faced a separate theft charge for allegedly stealing a Rolex watch, which appeared unrelated to the kidnapping case. The investigation was quickly tightening. On December...
Wait, I need to hear that again. Because we keep hearing about this Rolex watch. What significance does it have?
Theft charge for allegedly stealing a Rolex watch. Court records. Sakari Harnen admitted to detaining Morena Rogers against her will and without her consent, with the intention of killing her or inflicting bodily harm. Harnen also faced a separate theft charge for allegedly stealing a Rolex watch, which appeared unrelated to the kidnapping case. The investigation was quickly tightening. On December 15th, just 2 days after Harnen's arrest, Chance Comanche was apprehended in Sacramento, California. FBI agents arrested him on kidnapping charges, and he was held pending extradition to Nevada. This development sent a clear message. Investigators were confident they had their suspects.
A former NBA player and his girlfriend accused of murder, and it's a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke. Vanessa Murphy is here with the latest on the investigation.
The question remains, why? So far, a possible motive remains unclear, but what we do know, the basketball player and his girlfriend are locked up in jail.
The involvement of the FBI underscored the severity of the case. Court documents revealed that Comanche confessed to strangling Morena Rogers alongside Harnen. He claimed the motive stemmed from a dispute between Harnen and Rogers over a Rolex watch. Both women were reportedly involved in sex work, and although Comanche and Harnen had broken up months prior, they remained in contact and allegedly conspired together to murder Rogers. With both Harnen and Comanche in custody, investigators finally obtained the information needed to
Am I hearing this correctly?
locate Morena. Acting on details provided by the suspects, authorities discovered her remains in a desolate area near Henderson, Nevada. The grim discovery confirmed everyone's worst fears. Morena was gone. This was not a case of disappearance. It was a brutal murder. The relief of finding her was overshadowed by the profound sadness of confirming her death, leaving a community in mourning and searching for justice. The focus shifted to the legal proceedings as charges against Sakari Harnen and Chance Comanche were upgraded to open murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree kidnapping. A Clark County grand jury indicted both, and the district attorney considered the death penalty due to the crime's brutality. Ultimately, both accepted plea deals, avoiding the death penalty and receiving lengthy prison sentences. Morena Rogers was more than a victim. She was a daughter, sister, and friend.
Can somebody in the comments tell me if I'm tripping? So was she the woman that unfortunately was killed? was she also involved in the sex work? Because it almost felt like she was, well, actually, it says it right here in the title. She was offered $11,000 for a night by her friend's boy. Yeah. So it seems like she was willing to go do some sex work. And then they were mad at her over a Rolex? Am I not following the story correctly? I feel so confused on what the motive was.
Her loss has left an irreplaceable void for her loved ones, who remember her as compassionate and caring.
Contact with Roger's grandparents. They told me the family doesn't feel comfortable speaking on camera at this time, but the grandmother told me Morena meant the world to her and is devastated by her murder. For now, in the newsroom, Brady Wakayama, King 5 News.
Family sent the 8 News Now investigators this statement. We held on to hope for Morena's safe return and are devastated that she will never come home. Morena was kind and compassionate with aspirations for her future. We are grateful to the law enforcement agencies who have worked together over the last 2 weeks to seek answers and continue to seek justice for Morena and our family. We request privacy as we grieve this tragic and senseless loss.
This tragedy highlights broader societal issues, from the dangers women face to the risks of online encounters and the vulnerability of individuals in sex work. While justice has been served in the legal sense, the pain of losing Morena remains. Her case reminds us of the devastating effects of violence and betrayal. Let us honor her memory by fostering awareness and supporting those impacted by such tragedies. Please subscribe to the...
Man, you know, again, I kind of said it in the video, bro. I know everybody involved in sex work isn't like a murderer or something, so I don't want to paint that picture at all, but I just feel like it's not good, bro. It's not good. And, you know, I know that's not everybody, but it feels like all of this was rooted in the fact that she was doing some bullshit. Like, girl, you pretty woman, you gotta look. She said she was a nurse. I don't know how much that shit was paying, but it's like you had the opportunity to just still be here, bruh, making something out of yourself. Like, you didn't need to do that. You really didn't need to do that over fucking what, $1,100? That shit, lost your life. And then these two fucking scumbag idiots. I don't really know too much about the other girl in the situation, but this guy, again, you're fighting to be in the NBA, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Over a Rolex? Man, fuck the Rolex, bro. You are fighting to be in the NBA. Sad situation, crazy story. Please, guys, in the comment section, can somebody articulate what happened more clear to me if I got it mixed up? Because I just feel so confused by the end of this story. So I almost am feeling as if I missed something. But maybe it is exactly what I am understanding, and it's just a bit of a very confusing, crazy story. So somebody help me out with that in the comment section. But crazy one. I'll see y'all in the next one. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. All the love and support on the channel has been amazing.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.